And what we'd like to do today is talk about both the seedling disease problems we have on soybean and the value of seed treatment fungicides. And this has become an increasing issue in terms of importance recently, because as technology fees go up and seed costs go up, the question is how few seed can I plant and maximize my yields? And so we want to protect each seed, whereas in the past farmers would plant more seed figuring that he'd lose 25% of those seed and still have a good stand. We need to keep in mind that we have a number of stand problems or issues in soybean. Not all of them are due to seedling diseases, and a year like we had this year, where we had adverse climates, we have stand losses due to problems such as soil crusting, low soil oxygen in wet soils, or extreme soil temperatures. And so all of these can cause stand loss or stand problems. The other problem that we have is obviously as we have low quality seed, or if you purchase low quality seed, you're going to have stand problems. These fungicide seed treatments I'll talk about today don't do anything to improve those. And so we're only talking about the component of stand loss that is due to seedling diseases. And there's unlike many other plant diseases where, for example, sheath blight on rice is caused by a particular pathogen, when we talk about seedling diseases, we're talking about a number of different pathogens causing the problem. And these pathogens are found in every soil that we look at in the state. And so you have these pathogens in the field, but obviously you don't have stand problems or seedling diseases every year. And the driving force for this disease complex is the environment. And so what we would like to do is identify which pathogens are important under which environment. Some of these pathogens are Pythium species, which are oomycetes, which are important under cool, wet conditions. We also have Rhizoctonia solani and Fusarium species, which are fungi, and a new pathogen, Thalaviopsis basicula, which causes black root rot, which you can see more information up at the disease booth on. And it's important not to know the names of these organisms, but know multiple organisms cause the problem. And this is why later when I talk about fungicide seed treatments, we have to have multiple fungicides on the seed to protect against this range of pathogens. So one fungicide alone is not going to do the job. What I'd like to do now is talk a little bit about the research that we have going on behind us. We've been looking at seed treatments, their value over a number of different sites and environments every year. So this test is planted at Rohr, here at Stuttgart, and also at Kaiser. We plan to test in April, we plan to test in May, and then we plan to test in June. So we have 9 different environments to look at when do we have important seedling disease problems, and also which fungicides are important under what environment. What we're finding from this is that our greatest seedling disease problems, and thus our greatest response due to fungicides, is under the early planted situations, which we historically have had problems with seedling diseases, but we're also finding these seed treatment fungicides give us good stand improvement at the late plantings as well. So what we're thinking is that under your marginal planting environments is when seed treatment fungicides become most important. The types of stand responses we're realizing from these tests over analysis over 9 sites, the range of stand improvements was 14 to 26%. We had a significant stand response over 50% of the time. So over 50% of the time in a farmer's experience, he's going to realize a significant stand improvement from the use of these fungicides. The other thing that we found out when we look at profitability is over these 9 same sites that the value to the farmer in terms of yield was a return of $24. And so seed treatment chemistries cost a few dollars per bag of seeds, so in general it's a very good investment for return. So seed treatment chemistries pay off. Some of the things I'd like to emphasize with the costs of these are seed treatment chemistries are very cheap. We're applying only a few grams of product per acre, and so we're not applying many pesticides out there. It costs $2 to $3 per bag for most of these fungicides, and then also that we're applying the fungicide exactly at the point where the fungi are going to be active. So instead of applying a soil treatment, the only fungi which would detect that the seed is there are the fungi or Pythium that are within 1 to 2 millimeters of the seed, and so that's where the fungicide is.